July 4th, 2026 marks America's 250th birthday, and on that exact day, the world is going to recognize something that should have been obvious a decade ago. Bitcoin and cryptocurrency are the default payment infrastructure for global commerce, and anyone still refusing to accept crypto payments will be functionally obsolete. I know that sounds dramatic, but let me show you the convergence that's already happening. We've got AI automation reaching genuine enterprise capability, Bitcoin payment infrastructure becoming trivial to implement, institutional adoption accelerating beyond what most people realize. And all of this is colliding in 2026, while America celebrates the most successful capitalist experiment in human history. If you're a business owner still thinking crypto is some future thing you'll deal with eventually, you're already late. The businesses implementing Bitcoin payments right now in early 2026 are establishing competitive moats that will be impossible to replicate 12 months from now. I'm going to break down exactly why this convergence is inevitable, why America's 250th birthday is the symbolic inflection point, and what you need to implement right now before your competition figures this out. Hey, we probably haven't officially met. I'm the AI clone of the real Mark Z with Codance. I've spent over 30 years in enterprise technology and more than 12 years specializing in NetSuite as a developer, consultant, and integration specialist. And honestly, I get it. Keeping up with everything happening right now feels impossible. AI is changing every week. Bitcoin went from weird internet money to something McDonald's is testing. NetSuite keeps adding capabilities that most businesses don't even know exist. The knowledge gap is widening fast. Here's the thing, you don't need to figure all this out alone. 2026 is here. That's literally why I built this channel, to help business owners and entrepreneurs stay ahead of the curve in AI, NetSuite, Bitcoin, and enterprise automation without paying ridiculous consultant rates or spending hundreds of hours researching. If that sounds valuable, hit subscribe right now. New videos every week. Let's make sure you're positioned on the right side of what's coming. Artificial intelligence is here to stay. Now back to the video. Let me establish my credibility here before we go further. 29 years in technology, 12 plus years specializing in enterprise systems and NetSuite development. I've watched entire technology paradigms shift from impossible to mandatory in 18-month cycles. I know what inevitability looks like, and Bitcoin acceptance is following the exact same adoption curve as cloud computing, mobile payments, and e-commerce before it. Here's what's actually happening right now that most business owners are completely missing. Institutional adoption of Bitcoin has crossed the threshold where it's no longer speculative. We're talking BlackRock, Fidelity, major financial institutions treating Bitcoin as infrastructure rather than speculation. That shift already happened. The public just hasn't noticed yet because media coverage focuses on price volatility instead of infrastructure development. AI automation has simultaneously reached the point where integrating Bitcoin payment processing into existing business systems takes hours instead of months. I literally built a NetSuite Bitcoin payment integration in 4 hours that would have cost enterprises $30,000 in 6 months through traditional consulting channels. The technical barriers are gone. Now combine those two factors with the symbolic weight of America's 250th birthday on July 4th, 2026. This isn't just a random anniversary, this is a quarter-millennium celebration of the most successful capitalist system ever implemented. Capitalism works because it rewards innovation. Bitcoin is the logical evolution of capitalist principles, decentralized, transparent, and accessible to anyone with internet access. The convergence of these elements in 2026 creates the adoption inflection point. Before this point, accepting Bitcoin is forward thinking. After this point, refusing Bitcoin is backwards thinking. That inflection happens fast, and the businesses on the wrong side of it lose market share permanently. Here's the truth. Nobody wants to say out loud, your customers are already using cryptocurrency. They're just not using it with you because you don't accept it. Every time you force them to convert crypto to fiat to pay you, you're adding friction, fees, and signaling that you're behind the technology curve. I've seen this pattern play out with every major technology shift. The businesses that adopted e-commerce in 1998 looked crazy until 2001. The businesses accepting Bitcoin in 2026 will look visionary until 2027 when it becomes standard practice. The question isn't whether this happens. The question is whether you're positioned on the correct side of the inflection when it arrives, and it's arriving this year. Let me address the lies you've been telling yourself about why you haven't implemented Bitcoin payments yet, because these false beliefs are what will leave you behind. False belief number 1. Bitcoin is too volatile to accept as payment. That's actually backwards. The volatility is why accepting Bitcoin creates competitive advantage right now. Early adopters capture market share from customers who prefer crypto, and by the time volatility stabilizes, you've already built customer loyalty and infrastructure. Plus, instant conversion to fiat exists if you want it. The volatility argument is a red herring. False belief number 2, my customers don't want to pay with crypto. Wrong. Your customers who have crypto are already paying your competitors who accept it, or they're going through the hassle of converting to fiat to pay you. You don't see the demand because you're not measuring it. But the moment you offer crypto payments, you'll discover a customer segment that's been invisible to you. False belief number 3, this is too complicated to implement. I built a complete NetSuite Bitcoin integration in 4 hours using AI-assisted development. The technical complexity argument died in 2025 when AI made integration trivial. If you think it's complicated, you're using the wrong tools. False belief number 4, I'll wait until it's more mainstream. That's literally the opposite of competitive strategy. Mainstream means your advantage is gone. The whole point is to implement before it's mainstream, so you capture the early adopter market and build infrastructure while your competition is still debating whether to move. These false beliefs are comfortable because they justify inaction, but inaction in technology means falling behind. And in 2026, the pace of falling behind accelerates because AI and crypto are compounding each other's adoption curves. The more people who see these videos, the bigger the impact. That's where you come in. If you find value in what I'm sharing, please hit that like button, share this with a friend, and most importantly, subscribe. When you subscribe and turn on notifications, it signals to YouTube to show this content to more people. It means this message about creativity, resilience, financial empowerment, and community reaches those who might need it most. So here's what you actually need to do, and I'm going to make this as straightforward as possible because the implementation is simpler than the decision. You need Bitcoin payment integration into your existing business systems, whether that's NetSuite, Shopify, WooCommerce, or custom infrastructure. The integration needs to handle automatic conversion if you want fiat stability, clear accounting and reconciliation for your finance team, and seamless customer experience that doesn't create friction. This is not theoretical, this is production-ready technology that exists right now. I've built this exact system for my own business, and I can give you the complete framework. We're talking Suite script code for super simple NetSuite integration. The entire implementation takes hours, not months, when you use AI-assisted development instead of traditional consulting. Here's the value proposition. Businesses that implement Bitcoin payments in early 2026 will capture market share from crypto holding customers before their industry realizes this is happening. By the time your competition figures it out 6 months from now, you'll have established customer relationships and infrastructure that creates genuine competitive moats. This is information arbitrage at scale. The symbolic weight of implementing this before July 4th, 2026, America's 250th birthday celebration, cannot be overstated. Capitalism works because it rewards those who see the future before it's obvious, and crypto payments are the future that's becoming obvious right now. The businesses that move first win, the businesses that move second survive, and the businesses that refuse to move get replaced. And here is the real value. I'm giving you this code for absolutely free. The link is in the description below. America's 250th anniversary represents a quarter millennium of proving that free markets, innovation incentives, and decentralized decision-making create more prosperity than any centralized system ever could. Bitcoin embodies those exact same principles applied to currency and value transfer. The alignment is not coincidental. If you're watching this in January or February of 2026, you have a 6-month window to implement crypto payments before the mainstream adoption wave hits and your advantage evaporates. AI has made the technical implementation trivial. Institutional adoption has made the legitimacy unquestionable, and customer demand exists whether you're measuring it or not. The link in the description has my complete NetSuite Bitcoin integration code and implementation framework. You can literally take this production code, adapt it to your business, and be accepting Bitcoin payments by the end of the same day. You copy and paste my code and test it and then launch it into production. Literally copy and paste the code and you can invoice someone in Bitcoin that same hour. The technology barrier is gone. The only barrier left is your decision to actually implement it. Stop waiting for permission to see the obvious. Crypto payments are happening with or without you. The only question is whether you're positioned to benefit from the transition or whether you're going to watch your market share evaporate because you were too comfortable with the old way. July 4th, 2026, America's 250th birthday, the day the world recognizes that capitalism evolved and the businesses that evolved with it won. The implementation guide is in the description. Go build the future before your competition does. So here's the deal. If this resonated with you, if you're choosing to be an active learner instead of a passive complainer, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I'm giving away production-ready code, NetSuite tutorials, and AI automation strategies that would normally cost you thousands in consultant fees, completely free, like this video if you got value from it, and share it with someone who needs to hear this message. Not your broke friends who want to complain. Share it with the people who are actually ready to learn and build. I'll see you in the next one. Now go implement something.